Hello.
Hello.
So today we went to see
Doubt.
Doubt.
A parable.
A parable.
The Southwark Playhouse.
Exactly.
Very interesting venue. Very south. Very independent, alternative.
Yeah.
The producer's alternative and new plays.
Yeah.
And
It was your first time
musicals.
there, right?
First time there. Very good vibe.
I went a few times and there's always this, I think every time it was a production that I found very interesting when I read about or that I had heard about in the past, and I thought that I would never see it on stage, and then you get to see it there, so that's very nice.
Yes.
And that was
very small,
Yeah.
very intimate.
Yeah. And that was through For Doubt, which is a play, quite a recent play, I think it was 2006 or something that it was created. Yeah.
Another movie is like...
So 2004. It's a 2004 play. He won the Tony Award for the best play of the year.
Right.
He won the Pulitzer Award, Pulitzer Prize we call them, right?
And then I think right away it came
Pulitzer Prize for drama.
Then right away it became
the
a movie with
Yeah.
Phyllis Seymour Hoffman, Amy Adams, Viola Davis, and Meryl Streep in the main role.
Yes, which
And
you saw and I did not.
I saw it twice, I think, and I loved it back then.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's only 4 characters. I mean, only 4 actors. We can say that that
What
is
about
the character.
what about the movie? Do we see the kid in the movie?
I think we do.
Yeah, we
think
probably
we do.
do. That makes sense.
But it doesn't say anything.
So in the
for it.
play, they taught the play takes place in this Christian school or something like that,
Yeah,
where
in
there
the
are
States, in the 60s.
yeah, and then there are nuns and there is a priest of that school or and church, and then we see the priest, we see the older sister, the older nun, a younger nun, and we see the mother of this child, but we never get to see the child nor the other children.
Which says a lot, I think.
Yeah.
Who makes the decision?
Yeah.
Who actually has like
So
a
what
saying
just
in the future of the? Because everything is around.
Yeah.
Supposedly to be around the future of the child.
Yeah, and the adults get to
They
decide.
are never She's never.
Yeah.
They are never consulted, never heard.
Yeah, and like it doesn't matter what they think, what they say. They mention the kid. Oh, what if we ask the kid?
Yeah.
What if we talk to the kid? Like it doesn't matter. Like how do you think that it compares the experience of watching the play and watching the movie? Do you think it was very similar? What you got from each?
I remember being more feeling closer to the characters. I remember they're using a lot of close-ups in the movie, and a lot of like scenes like that feel like a monologue because like you can only see one actor like saying and saying and saying things, and this one I don't know, it felt a little bit more very static, very the play.
Yeah.
Like they don't move, they don't do anything. They're always like behind their habits, and they're like. But then the way they used the stage was fine. It was nice because like it was like kind of a cross in the ground with like lights coming out and stuff. It was very parochial kind of.
Yeah, yeah. It was like the set. It was like a church.
Yeah.
And then you could interpret it as the office of the principal of the school or
the garden.
Yeah. But it was it was just.
And then it was interesting how they used this like first she's inside and the other one is outside, and then she invites her in kind of.
Yeah.
Then there's like the level of the difference in like height.
So the corridors where the corridors of the church supposedly are. They are a bit elevated from the ground level, and
remember this was cool, something that they don't have in the play, but it was similar. Yeah, the movie is very much like
the story is the same.
You can see it's very like dialogue.
Ah, it is like that. Nice.
Yeah.
I
It's a
think
very
it was.
different movie. Yeah.
I really want to see it now. The play in this production wasn't around, so there were people all around them,
which didn't make much sense.
Yeah, I don't know if, like, I personally, I think that it makes sense when it's a lot of people, and then, like, there could be a part of the ensemble which is performing something for me, and then there's people in the ensemble performing something to the other part of the audience or something like that. Although in Fun Home, I'm not sure if Fun Home I would say it had to be in the round because we liked it so much.
Yeah.
I remember we left thinking, oh, you worked so well in the round.
Yeah.
So maybe it's because we loved the play so much. So I don't know. Yeah, but this one, no, we didn't have to. But mostly I thought it was good because they used the corners a lot, which I liked. So whenever they were in the corner, one of the four corners, kind of the whole audience could see them. So, that was very nice.
True.
So I liked that. I didn't like when many of the speeches from the priest, from the father, they called him father, right? That he's just turning, now I'm talking to you, and then he keeps turning to cover all the audience, and he keeps turning and get dizzy, and it feels like he's worried about covering everybody. It was my first contact with the story, with the play, and I really liked it. I think it's a very it's told in a very classical, traditional way of play. So very few scenes, if you think about it, very few. And they're long and they're very well developed. Like from each scene, I felt like, oh, this scene is good. Like this is so nice. Like so much happened, and it tells so much of the story. It's just I love like when you can see that the playwright, like the play was well written. That like is a scene, and then it feels like it's just a conversation. Like why are we seeing this conversation at this moment? Just a regular conversation, and then suddenly you realize you're getting so much information, and it's building up to something, and then things happen.
And I like that each of the characters also they interact a lot, and they like change when they're interacting with
in your opinions of characters and of the play, and what are your doubts? They change with every scene. At least that's how it was like for me.
Exactly. Because we would think the first of the doubt is like, oh, did he do it or not? And then it becomes, is she obsessed with what? And then it becomes, was it wrong or not?
I really feel that the player was controlling our minds. Like he was taking us where he wanted us to be.
But not like that explicitly in that like
but
not like self-evidently,
not that explicitly, but I feel that like because some plays you think, oh my god, like I'm watching this scene and somebody else might have a completely different interpretation of this scene, but in this play I feel that I was being guided. Like now he wants me to think this and I am thinking that, but then he makes me see this other side of the story and so on. The problem that I had with this production is that I wasn't a big fan in general of the acting. Mainly with the guy who played the father, the priest. I thought he was not telling a story with his acting. I feel that he was just delivering lines. When he had to be upset, he would just scream out of nowhere. So like, and it wasn't like I don't think that the scene was supposed to be that way. The scenes that he did that, and usually like if you're a good actor, I'm not an actor, but that's what I observe in the plays, that they know like if they will scream at some point, they will take you there. Like what happens to them? Like they're not telling explicitly, but you can read by the facial expressions, you can read by body language.
It felt a bit random.
And I feel that
it was not that memorable. None of them. Just the mother.
The mother of the kid. She was really nice. I really liked the scene.
And that scene is like the strongest.
The movie was like that. So this is why Davies. I really want to see her doing that.
It's very heartfelt, very strong. Makes you like very thought-provoking. For me, that's the highlight of the show. Like that's what really made me think.
The show tonight, or both of them?
Both.
It felt like for me, it felt like a very quick play. Like we entered, we got the play, and we were out.
Very engaging. It's not like
But it feels
distracted.
I feel what I would feel watching a short movie. Like a good short movie, you do get something out of it, you do kind of get involved, but it's short. You feel that you could have gotten more.
I don't know, but that's it about the acting. I felt that as well. That like things were there, but they weren't like being
I bet.
pushed into the end. And I remember the movie was like, oh, every 20 minutes it was like, oh my god, this is so amazing.
Yeah, because
you need to stop and like wait for like a week
Oh
to
my God.
watch the next scene. You know?
But because
It's so strong and so good and so dense and so many ethical dilemmas.
Yeah, and like we mentioned, Fun Home. It's almost,
with the acting was a problem. Yeah. Now I realize that. Fun Home.
like we mentioned, Fun Home is about the same length. It's like 10 minutes longer, I guess, and we get so much more involved with the story, and we get so much deeper into the play. So I think it
Because
was
if you think,
it wasn't an issue with
because if you think each scene talks about something like so profound, so fundamental, like a clash of opinions and of like worldviews. You know, if you think in each scene there is something like that.
Yeah.
First about like the young nun kind of
Hierarchy and
giving a little bit up her innocence and like striving for being a better person.
yeah.
I'm not sure if you should trust the grump lady.
Yeah, but I feel like each one of the characters, they're great.
They are.
They're
Absolutely.
great. Like if I were an actor, I would want to play all of them. Like they're all so great. So like if each one of them has an amazing actor playing, the play will be very, very strong. And today I think most of them were average, and the father for me was even like bad.
Yeah, I didn't realize how the father was like worse than the other ones.
And I felt that like it wasn't nuanced at all. Like not only he was not acting much, it was really bad. Oh my god, now maybe I'm pushing it too far, but I feel like it's the worst performance that I saw this year in theater, because I don't remember feeling this strong about another actor's performance. Because like, so you know that like that the character is supposed to be nuanced in the way that sometimes you think he's guilty, sometimes you think he's innocent, right? And I felt that this actor, when there were lines in which he would be innocent, he would very clearly play as an innocent, and in the lines that he was supposed to be kind of guilty, he would play like, oh my god, I'm so guilty. It was too obvious, and he wasn't good. Even being obvious, like, could have been better than that. I don't know, maybe it was just me being picky, and it's a small production.
It's a hard character, like he's supposed to like feel very
It is true.
warm, and like he's supposed to be like the guy that everyone loves. But then, and I felt that he was like very welcoming. He was like very like cool and like teaching basketball to like
the teacher that the students like.
Yeah, but not only students, but like everyone who's like liked in general by the community. But then he knows how to like talk serious and like get things done, and like he said, okay, now let's cut the bullshit.
Yeah.
And like, and then you get.
And I know my position, I know my power.
Yeah, it was supposed to be much stronger than that, but like he showed his like that he has influence and he can like make the older nun like be fired and stuff like that.
So in general, I thought it was the play in general. I thought it was an average production of a great play. That's how I felt about it. I felt that it was there in the text, but it didn't get the most of the text. That's how I felt about it. But I was also tired today. But I didn't feel tired during the play, so I think that wasn't. That didn't interfere. So regarding stars, we were talking that it's difficult that we either give reviews or stars for the production or like the whole thing. And I like to think of the whole thing. I like to think of the experience that I had. So like for the experience that I had, I would give it 3. I would give 3 stars. Because I feel that if I would think of only the production, I would give fewer stars. I would give 2 stars.
Right.
If I think of the text, I would give more stars, 4 or even more. So it sounds so serious. For me, it's a 3-star show.
For me, I would give like, well, 3 to the production. I think was not like that bad. I think was okay. And yeah, I love the text. It would be 5. Overall 4.
So okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that would give 4. Yeah,
4, okay.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay, so 3 and 4 stars for
Mhm.
Doubt, a Parable by John Patrick Shanley at the Southwark Playhouse.
Go watch the movie.
Yep.